Well, hi. Today is Friday, April 18th, 2025. I'm Todd Studer, and this is Morning Coffee. So the storms rolled through last night. It looks like the worst of it went to the north and to the south of the Council Bluffs area and the Omaha area, bringing up that Omadome thing again. There was a great post from meteorologist Rusty Lord from Channel 6 in Omaha yesterday talking about that. I'm not going to spoil it. Just go look it up. It's on Facebook. It's pretty funny. Basically, he's saying, you know what? Omadome is a myth and shut up. That's the Reader's Digest condensed version of what he said. On today's show, we have a special guest. His name is George Turner, and George is with First Student. You know, they staff a lot of buses and get kids back and forth to school. Well, he is heading up a project here in Council Bluffs called Project Warrior. It is a veteran career and resource fair that's happening very, very soon. In fact, on Tuesday at the Omni Center in Council Bluffs. So George is coming on the show to talk all about that, and had a chance to meet George a couple of years ago. Great guy, and I think it's wonderful that he's doing this, and it's also open to the public. So if you're looking for work, there's going to be a career fair available to you as well. It's all happening at the Omni Center on Tuesday. So we're going to get you that information here in just a little bit. Also, a reminder that the local Roots show, you know, we had that on about a month ago, and it's coming back this Monday. And we are going to be highlighting the more rural communities around Pottawatomie County and also the communities around Mills County. And that is exciting, I think, because, you know, Southwest Iowa is such a all-inclusive region and has been for a very long time. And I'm excited to be able to spread things out a little bit and bring you more and more stories about what's going on in some of these smaller towns around Southwest Iowa. And in fact, coming up on Monday's show, we have a special guest, a native of Minden that has a pretty big role at the Omaha Playhouse. So that is coming up on Monday's show. We'll tell you more about it then. But in the meantime, I wanted to let you know that you can unlock your potential with the Best Wrestler Camps. That is at the Best Wrestler in Council Bluffs. And if you have a wrestler in your home, well, you're going to want to take advantage of one of these. There's something for every skill level, starting with day camps, which are perfect for beginners looking to refine their skills. Weekend camps, a little bit deeper dive, intended for wrestlers who want a more intensive training and personalized coaching. And then there is the Best 20-day camp, which is their flagship summer camp featuring 50 practices that bring in athletes from all across the country. Go to thebestwrestler.com to learn more. Also, GT Motors on Broadway in Council Bluffs has an ever-changing inventory that'll help get you in a quality used vehicle. There's trucks, large and small SUVs, passenger cars. You know, I've seen sports cars on his lot as well. GT Motors can help you. Just check out their inventory online at gtmotorscb.com. But you may want to stop down at their lot because sometimes they get cars on the lot that haven't made it onto the website yet. So you can be one of the first to see them by going to the lot at 21st and Broadway. They even offer on-site financing. GT Motors, 21st and Broadway in Council Bluffs. And, you know, technology should be working for you, not against you. That's why ThinkSpace IT in Walnut, Iowa provides expert IT solutions to keep your business running smoothly and securely. From cybersecurity and cloud services to network management and tech support, they simplify IT so you can focus on what matters most. Stay protected, stay connected, and stay ahead. Visit ThinkSpaceIT.com. That is ThinkSpace IT. Technology simplified. With us this morning, this is George Turner. He is the Central Region Area Recruiter for First Student. You may have seen some of their school buses driving around. It says First Student on the side, and George is involved in making sure that all those buses are safely driven by qualified people. George, thank you so much for taking some time and coming on the show this morning, and haven't seen you for a while. It's great to see you again.
Yeah, it's good seeing you too, Todd. It has been a while, and thank you for the opportunity. I'm excited to be here.
You have an event coming up. This is really cool, and actually coming up very, very soon on this coming Tuesday. It's called Project Warrior, and it's a career and resource fair designed for veterans. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah, so in my role with First Student, I'm actually a military ambassador. Part of my responsibilities is improving relationships between First Student and military personnel and organizations that serve military. This event, Project Warrior, was originated by my counterpart, Christine Tamia, in Des Moines, Iowa. She worked with several different organizations there to provide a resource fair and hiring fair for the veterans. The big heart behind it is that veterans deal with all sorts of things in their time in the service. A lot of them are coming back with trauma. Some of them have resources that they need to live a sustainable life. A lot of them don't. We find veterans with mental health issues that need housing assistance, that just need insurance. One of the big pushes is to make sure that the employers that are participating are paying a livable wage. So we just want to make sure that we're serving the veterans. They first served us by serving in the military, and we just want to make sure that we show our appreciation and honor them.
How long have you been working on this and getting this thing put together, George?
Too long. I actually, Project Warrior started in Des Moines. It was about two, maybe 3 years ago. And when I heard about it, I wanted to have it in the area. And I think around that time that we started planning it was when I first met you, when you were actually working for the radio station.
No, we don't talk about that. I'm teasing. It's okay. No, it's a joke. It's a joke. Believe me, it's fine. Yeah, it's
a
all is
lifetime
well.
ago, right? It originated when it started in the area. We did it in Omaha, and I don't know why, but people don't go across the river. I had a hard time finding people, veterans from Iowa, to go over to Omaha, and then also some of the resources just because of state lines and the different communities that they serve. They weren't able to come over in Omaha, which is not a problem. We still had Project Warrior in Omaha last year. We had 20 different vendors there, and we're able to serve 40 veterans with jobs and resources. This time, we're partnering with Iowa Workforce Development. I'm super excited about this partnership. And right now, we have about 30. I just got an email before our call, another organization that wants to participate. So that list is growing. But we have about 30 organizations right now that are providing resources and jobs for veterans. I'm just super excited. We've been working on it this time since I've been back in the central region. Probably around December is when I made the big push to we need to just make this happen.
So the whole thing's coming together, and it's going to be held at the Omni. And this is going to be indoors, so we don't care what the weather's going to be on Tuesday.
Exactly.
But it'll be indoors, and it's going on from 10 to 2 on Tuesday. Is that right?
Yes, the entire event is 10 to 2. We're asking the public to hold off until noon. We want to make sure that the first 2 hours is dedicated specifically for military veterans, people that have served. And then the last 2 hours, we want to invite the public to come and participate. We're going to have a lot of different organizations. We're going to have a lot of different jobs there. And it was a big push from our workforce to make sure that it was available to the general public as well.
So Iowa Workforce they've really kind of been key in putting all of this as far as getting the different employers there, correct?
100%. Yes. Me in general as a person, I live by the saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So I'm all about networking. I'm all about community. This whole event happened because of the support of the community. I'm a member of Centersphere, Chapter 01 in Council Bluffs. And some of our members with Centersphere are actually sponsoring meals for the vendors that'll be there. We'll have water for the public. I have a friend that's actually going to come. He's going to DJ. So
really,
we'll have live music. I like to do it up when I when I host events.
Go big or go home, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We
No,
did it in Omaha. We had a panel, and just because of the space that we're going to be in with this, I didn't feel like it really allowed for the panel. And then also the time frame that we have it going on just didn't seem like it made sense for this event. But that may be something that we'd be looking into again in the future.
yeah, there's not. It's not like it's going to be in a big auditorium where you can have a large group of people around listening to others talk. It's because the Omni, well, it's an old mall, so
Right.
and now it's
In the
office
hallway.
complex and businesses that are in there. So that limits that, but it's also a great venue because it's, as I said, it's inside, and I think it's going to be comfortable for you. I'm sure that was part of what you were looking for as you were searching around for a place to be able to have this.
Yeah, absolutely. We wanted to make sure that we had enough space for whatever amount of vendors that we had. We wanted to make sure that it was accessible. Um, there's another location that we're looking at, and we will be doing other veteran facing events there. But it's way south of town, and I'm pretty sure, I'm just assuming the Omni Center is on a bus line, making it accessible for people that don't have reliable transportation. But it's also centrally located, so people can come from anywhere in town and have access to the services that are being provided.
Yeah, that was actually something that I wouldn't have considered, setting something like that up, and so
Yeah.
well done with that. And it's the fact that it's free and that it is veteran focused, I think is really key to what it is that you're doing here. And plus, as you talked about, you had folks in Des Moines already kind of leading the charge, so they worked out a lot of the kinks over there, and so you can kind of do it over here and know a lot of the things that are going through there, but also too the community support that you get. And I know a lot of those folks that are in Center Sphere that those are good people.
Yes.
And I know that you being able to lean on that, and I'm sure that there has been a lot of collaboration even with them as this process has gotten closer and closer.
Yeah, definitely. Going back to the Des Moines location, that I am a firm believer that every community is unique in what they need, but also the resources that are available. So every project warrior is going to look different. This project has become kind of a national project for First Student. I've been a part of having Project Warrior in Omaha. We hosted it in Kansas City, Missouri last year. Um, Cincinnati, Ohio, which is the First Student headquarters. We actually did that one on Veterans Day. That was a real big push to make sure that we're honoring veterans and serving veterans at the First Student home for Veterans Day. I think we have one that's being planned in Atlanta, Georgia, in New York. So this is, it's bigger than our Midwest. Um, as far as the outreach, but 100% community is, we wouldn't be able to do it without the vendors and the resources that are going to be participating. And then again, I only have so many resources at my disposal. I don't have a huge budget for this. So being able to partner with Iowa Works, and they already had the system. I went to a hiring fair that they had a couple years ago, and I saw like this can actually work. We just put that veteran focus on it, get a few more. I actually have a list of 13 right now, service providers that they really want to connect with veterans. And yeah, it's a huge community effort.
I loved what you said about how every community is unique and it has their own strengths and it has their own challenges. Every place is just a little bit different, and it's not as if one is better than the other. You mentioned about how you had this in Omaha last year. It's not as if it's better over there or worse over there. It's just things are different. Even
Right.
though we are right next to each other, we're neighbors. There's different challenges and different strengths on both sides of that river. And we sometimes like to think that it's a 50-foot wall going up out of the water, but it's not true. you
Right.
know? So it's encouraging to me to hear you talk about that and know that what you're doing in Council Bluffs is tailored for Council Bluffs.
Yes, sir. I actually just moved to Council Bluffs in October.
Really?
So, yeah, I like poking at people in Nebraska. Like I live on the right side of the river now. I, s- I told my church last week. I go to church in Fremont, Nebraska, and I
Are you
told them
still
I
going back? Are you still going up to Fremont? Okay.
Yep, I told them I moved to Council Bluffs, and man, you should have heard the groans in the room. It was it's crazy. But I went to college in Iowa, Mount Pleasant, Iowa.
Iowa
So
Wesleyan, really?
yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yep.
that school's not there anymore.
No, unfortunately, I went
No.
back over this past summer and just kind of walked around the campus, and there's so many memories there. Um, but Iowa was my first home after leaving home, and Nebraska is where I kind of made my home. But it's nice to be back into Iowa, and as you said, every community is different. We have a lot of the feel of Omaha being so close, but it is really its own community with our own resources, our own problems, and it's good to have so much support from people who actually are in the community for the community.
I'm excited that you're here, George. I think that somebody with your skills and with your history is tremendous to have being a part of this community that we're in. I'm thrilled. I didn't know that you'd made the move over here. That's cool. I'm very happy about that. And so, what would you say to someone who's questioning whether or not they should attend? Because, as you said, it's designed for veterans, but it's open to the general public, and you're just asking. That starts at noon. So if someone's asking you, hey, why should I come? What are you going to tell them?
I'm going to tell them that I'm going to be there, so come meet me.
Yeah.
For one.
Perfect.
It's going to be a good time. A big heart behind the Project Warrior events in general is we want it to be a feel good moment. We want the people who attend to know that they're appreciated and that we're going to do the best that we can to get them the resources and the services that they need. We're going to have people there talking on mental health. We're going to have healthcare providers. We're going to have a financial advisor, a real estate agent. We're going to have Department of Health and Human Services. I'm just reading down the list right now.
Sure.
uh, there's assisted living locators, Canesville honor writers. I'm really excited about when we talked about having Project Warrior in general. And Canesville is they're part of our Centers for Group. They do veteran funerals, which is a huge service for the community, huge service for the families that they serve. I mean, they also do an honor flight. We just did a fundraiser. I want to say it was last month, raising money for NAMI, National
Hmm.
Alliance of Mental Illness, and for Canesville Honor Writers for their honor flight. They take veterans out to Washington, D.C. to go visit the tombs, the memorials for their fallen brothers, comrades, brothers and sisters. So that's huge having them there. Generations Hospice will have an insurance provider, and then there's another one, the one that just registered today, New Vision's Homeless Services. If anybody's dealing with housing needs, we're going to have people there to provide for that. And I'm pretty sure there's one I missed too that also has more long-term housing, but not if you're buying a house. If that makes
Right.
sense. Yeah, so we're really looking at the needs of the community. These are things that anyone can benefit from. This financial advisor, I've had several conversations with him. Like everybody should be getting some financial advice from a professional. So yeah, we're going to have a lot of resources, and that's not even including all the employers that are going to be there. Come and talk to me and learn about the jobs that we have with First Student. This has been one of the best jobs I've had, and I really love what we do. And we're a huge pillar in the community. There's also so many other employers that are going to be there.
This is I'm thrilled you're doing this, and I'm excited for the success that you're going to see with this. Do you know where in the Omni it's going to be held? I mean, how do folks find it? It's kind of a big building, so do you know where it's going to be at?
Yeah, so that was something that was put on our radar. We're going to make sure that we have signs. We're asking the public to park in the parking garage. There is
Hmm.
that massive 4-story parking garage, so we'll have plenty of parking. Once you come in, we'll be basically around the back of the building, in that hallway. I'm not sure how to give directions to it. Coming in from the parking garage, you'll go down to your right. Just follow the music, but we'll also have signs.
Excellent. Yeah, that's yeah. Once you're in there, you're gonna have the signs up, so people will be able to find you.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
George, thank you so much for full disclosure. You actually reached out to let me know about this, and I was excited to hear from you. And I'm glad that we can just do our small part to help get the word out. And I'm looking forward to hearing about all the success that you had with it.
Yeah, I appreciate you letting me drop in on your show. I just kind of imposed myself, and
No, not at all.
I remember talking to Peggy a couple of years ago, and she was like, "Well, if you ever want to come in the morning show, just give me a call." And I'm like, "I wonder if Todd's is open."
Oh, I'm watch me play Switzerland. All right, George, we'll talk to you very, very soon.
Sounds good, Todd. Thank you so much.
I was thrilled when I heard from George the other day, and he said that he was going to be doing this project and said, "Hey, I'd love to come on the show and talk about it." I said, "Yes, sir. Let's get you here. And let's let everyone else know about what is going on with the Project Warrior Veteran Career and Resource Fair at the Omni Center. Again, coming up on Tuesday. Since 1870, Avela Bank's been providing Iowans with high-quality financial products and services to fit their needs. If you might need a loan, maybe a new business account, or saving money for a trip, how about just opening a personal checking account? What more could you ask for from a local bank? Avela's qualified bankers can help you with all of that and more. Visit avela.bank to learn more. This Sunday, well, it's Easter Sunday, and the Mile Away, north of Council Bluffs on Old Lincoln Highway, is expanding their traditional breakfast buffet for Easter with both breakfast and lunch items. They're going to be open at 9. So if you are one of those that goes to sunrise service, then after service, you can head to the Mile Away for their breakfast buffet. And they're only going to be seating people until 12:30. They're going to be open till 1, but last seating is at 12:30. And the reason that they're doing this is because they want their staff to be able to go home and celebrate Easter with their families. And they are expecting a full house. However, reservations are not going to be taken. So if you go and the tables are full, you might just need to bring your patients. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet, including soda or coffee, for $15. Seniors over 60, it's $10. Kids 10 and under eat for $8. Happy Easter from the Mile Away on Old Lincoln Highway in Council Bluffs. CB Captains starting their season. It's coming up soon. They announced a partnership recently with Emblem Sports as their exclusive provider of sportswear, equipment, and merchandise. And the Captains will be setting sail in the United Premier Soccer League. That opener at home at Lewis Central on May 3rd. They're going to be taking on Garwo United. They're from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Now, we'd also talked before when we had President Taylor Stanton on the show that the Captains are playing in 2 leagues, 2 separate leagues. So they're going to really have 2 teams going on at the same time. The Midwest Premier League season opener for the Captains will be May 9th. And again, home opener at Lewis Central in Council Bluffs. For that game, they're taking on Lenoma, a team founded back in 1986. That's a combination of the names Lincoln and Omaha. So this team's been around for a while, and your CB Captains will be facing them at home. So after the Friday night game on the 9th, there's going to be a rematch with Lenoma taking place on Sunday the 18th in Omaha. You can learn all about it. Just follow the CB Captains on social media. We have made it to Friday, wrapping up another week. It is Good Friday, and I hope that you have a wonderful Easter weekend. I know that I will, and I'm looking forward to seeing you right back here on Monday morning. My name's Todd Studer. Have a great Friday.